Hello, welcome to another of my pipe smoking videos. It's nice to see you. Our weekly get together and a chat while we have a good old smoke of a pipe. Got my Heriot pipes cup with a cup of coffee this morning. I'm actually recording this Sunday morning, the day it goes out. I often record them in the week so that I've got them ready. It's just been a very busy week. What am I smoking today? Let me see. I have a box here. I want to tell you about what's in the box and also some other bits and pieces that have been happening. But first of all, what am I going to be smoking? What is the pipe? This is a pipe. It's a 1970s pipe, I think. It was part of a collection that I was given, and it's a Talisman, London made. Talisman Deluxe. I'm sure I've smoked it before on the channel. But the question is, what is the tobacco I'm going to smoke? Well, I'll get to that in a second, because you can see that I am not in many of the usual places that I smoke my pipe, like downstairs in the front room or in the kitchen or anything like that. I was hoping actually to do this from the land that Julia and I have just purchased, and it's all gone through now. We've actually got it. It's ours. But we've been so busy with other things, just haven't had a chance to do it. And so this is the first moment that I've actually had a chance to record something. And a bit sniffly this morning. Don't know what they're spraying in the skies, but there we are. Anyway, so this is the studio that I have, which originally was built for something called the Vobes Show, which is the channel that this is on. But now this is really, you know, him and his pipe, although I haven't changed the channel name because that's a bit confusing for all sorts of reasons. But my book, Biggleswick, oh, I was going to show you something and I can't show you because it's downstairs now, damn. But the dust cover sheet arrived for approval, and so, you know, it gets folded and wrapped around the book. And I've approved that, and 40 odd boxes, 1,000 books of the first print run, of which I've got about 600 people saying they want it. So it's on a first come, first, you know. If you're interested in the Biggleswick book, by the way, Biggleswick will be available. You need to sort of put your email address on at the website richardvobes.me, and I will do my best to get it sent. Now, if you're abroad, I'm not quite sure how that is going to work, but who knows. Anyway, we'll work that out. The main thing is, if you're interested in the book, it is going to be first come, first served initially. The first 1,000 print run is those who want it for Christmas or before Christmas. Thereafter, I can't promise you anything. Anyway, let's get on to the smoking bit. But the main point I wanted to mention was, this is where I am in the studio, but the studio is going to be discontinued. It's going to be disassembled today. After all this history of being in this room, personal history, I suppose, it's going to be disassembled, because I've got to put the boxes, these 40 boxes, I don't know how big the boxes are, they're coming on a couple of pallets. They've got to go somewhere. There's no other place, so I've got to make space in here by breaking the studio down. Anyway, this box arrived, and what is in here is what I'm going to smoke. But before that, I want to say thanks to Dave, who sent me a tin of Robert McConnell Maduro. Keep calm and smoke a pipe, it says. That is the health message. Dave said he didn't like the taste and he didn't want to throw it away, obviously, and he thought of me. So thank you so much, really appreciate it. I do like this Maduro. If anyone's got pipe tobacco that they don't like, send it over. In this country, pipe tobacco is so expensive. It is difficult to you know, and I'll tell you about the land and stuff and the money that's going out all the time. I also want to mention Rachel Matthews in Colchester who has recently been experimenting with smoking pipes and nicotine. And she was sent some very lovely tobacco. She said, I'll never get it through at all. I'll leave the link in the description of her video. And she sent me a couple of pouches of some of the stuff that she was sent. One was Sutliff Ready Rubbed Black Bramble, which is very nice. And the other one, I don't know what this is. It's R18 Lane, it says. So I have yet to try that. One is very chocolatey. I'm not quite sure what the other one is. I've yet to try that. But well, I'll tell you about those later on, and maybe next week I'll smoke some of this. But we had a care package from Chris Heriot. A small care package for you to enjoy. No more losing tampers and some spoon-making materials. Enjoy a smoke on me. From Chris Heriot. Chris, can't thank you enough. We've been in conversation, obviously. Julia is into carving with whatever you call it now. I forget the actual technical term. I haven't even got smoke in my pipe yet. Sorry about that. I want to. But so Chris has sent, and that's not briar, I think this is olive wood. And you can make, you know, if you're into the old whittling, Julia's got some whittling knives. This is very hard wood though, olive wood. And so thanks, Chris, for sending those. It must have cost a bloody fortune to get that in the post. But Julia loves doing that when we got time, and she'll sit down there, whittle away. Whereas I'll sit there and witter away. Inside, because I keep losing my tamper, Chris very kindly sent me one of these tamper tools with a chain that goes to your trousers. And I had been wearing it, I just took it off to put it in the box. It's also good for hypnotism. Look into my eyes, you are falling in. Yeah. So thank you so much. But the piece de resistance, of course, was 2 tins of tobacco. One, now, I don't know whether you can get this in this country, Plum Pudding. This is Seattle Pipe Club. And it's in here, unopened tin, and another unopened tin of Boswell's Northwoods. So I don't know which one to open. It's, you know, which one should I do? I think because this is a ring pull and this is all wrapped up in plastic, I shall open up the Plum Pudding. So thank you so much, Chris. Really appreciate that. So I've just lost my pipe. So there's a lot going on at the moment. Let's open this up. This would be the first time I've ever had one of these tins. Oh, wow. Wow, you get arrested by that smell, the tobacco smell. It's a sort of chunky... I don't know how much you can see in there. If I do that, does that go in focus? Oops, I'm dropping some chunks on the floor. I should go and pick those up in a minute. Too valuable to leave. So I don't know what you do with this, but presumably rub it out a bit, because they're like, I've never seen tobacco quite like this. Oh, I haven't got my little my leatherette. I seem to have misplaced it, and I don't know where that's gone. It's all going a bit mad. But let's just rub that out a bit. There we go. Sorry about the sniffles. And we'll get this into the pipe. So this is a dark brown tobacco. I can tell you that much. Those who've had it will know what it's like. And it's sort of been pressed. It's like a crumble cake, I suppose. Is that what a term? It's interesting how different tobaccos come. Some are rough cut, some are very finely cut, some have been squashed together into flakes, and others in this crumble cake. Now, presumably, you don't keep that bit. Oops. And put the plastic lid on. I might decant this into a tin, I don't know, but I love this. And what does it say about it? It says, Plum Pudding is an English Balkan blend like no other. Rare tobaccos crafted and pressed carefully together. Many pipe smokers say it is their perfect tobacco. Nirvana, said one reviewer. Master blender Joe Lankford created this treasure for the Seattle Pipe Club. Our perfect tobacco. Delicious, smoky, spicy, positively addictive. Truly an exquisite tobacco to share. Enjoy this original cake of 6 rare ingredients. Latakia rather, joins with Turkish Orientals, Virginias, Cavendish and Perique. Crafting the most sought after small batch blends in America since 2007. Thank you so much. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, this is from 2016. So this is an aged tobacco. I mean, aged, I guess, when they put it in. But this is nearly 10 years old. I feel a bit guilty now about opening it. I should perhaps open the other one. But never mind. Anyway, we've got to get on. So, thank you so much, Chris. How kind is that? That is really special. And there it goes. What does he think about it? Just give him a minute. I just need my tamper now. Oh, it's come off the... Oh, that's Julia's. This is Julia's. She has yet to put hers on the chain. Gosh. It's a very mild blend, this. Very aromatic in its own way and not aggressive. It's very lovely. You could smoke this all day. And yet it's an English blend, as they say. It's funny, that term, isn't it? An English blend. I mean, none of the tobacco is English at all. But it's been blended, I suppose, in a certain fashion that was at one time fashionable in England. I guess that's where it comes from. And yet it's been blended by an American. Funny old terms. I'm not quite sure how much to pack this in the pipe. But that's lovely. Like no other tobacco I've had, actually. I don't know how easy it is to get more of that, especially as it's aged 10 years. This is the problem for some of us in England, with all the rules and regulations in their awful jurisdiction. That is, yeah, that's nice. Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate that. Chris Heriot, check him out. Brilliant pipe maker and devotee of the pipe smoker. Anyway, thank you. And thank you to everybody who has sent in tobacco and things. It's a lovely thing. Now, I know a lot of people frown on people smoking and things like that, of course, because they've been led to believe that it's extremely unhealthy. And cigarettes are different, you know, don't even think about cigarettes. It's pipe smoking is a different animal altogether. It's a unique thing. I think it's even, you know, you could say cigars are similar, but I think pipe smoking is even, it stands out high and above all of those others, in my personal opinion. Some people would say cigars are at the top, but I think it's the other way around. I think it's cigarettes, cigars, and pipe smoking is just a completely different experience. Anyway, couple of things. My washing machine is broken. I've got to buy another washing machine, and I was about to buy a chainsaw. So now it's like, what do I buy? A chainsaw to get wood done on the land that Julia and I have bought, or a new washing machine, or a second-hand washing machine. I can wash clothes by hand. I can't chop trees down by hand. I can do it with an axe. I can get the trees down all right. It's logging them that I can't do. So I'm gonna continue to wash by hand, I think. Now, there's a chance that I have an old washing machine in the shed that might work. I don't know. I was trying to work this out this morning. It's about 12 years old. I don't know whether that will work. Anyway, that's something to experiment with today. But I've got to get the old one out. But the drum on the washing machine might be useful as a brazier. And on the land, it's going to get cold coming into winter here, you see. So I thought, well, I might take the drum out of this washing machine if I can't get it to work, and use it as a brazier, and maybe put like an oven grill on the top so that you could actually use it to cook on. It might be quite useful. There was another use that someone used them for, and I can't remember what it was. Still can't I've been racking my brains to try and think what it was useful. But the other thing, I don't know if anybody out there in England, on the south of England or somewhere close, has got an old caravan, like a small 4 berths. You know, like the old Sprite caravan. We need a caravan now because it's costing an absolute fortune to go to the land every day, there and back. And it would be good to have a caravan on site so that we could stay overnight one night. You can stay on the land. You know, if you're in the jurisdiction of councils and, you know, permission and all of that, you can, you know, you've got 60 days in a year that you can stay anyway. But I'm not sure we're really going to, you know, worry about that too much. But we do need a caravan. So if anyone's got a caravan, knackered old caravan, because it will get filthy, that's the thing. We only need it just to stay the night in, and then come back the next day. So I'm not looking for luxury. It's just something to doss one's head down and take shelter when it's raining. So if anyone's got one, do let me know. We've been trying to find them, but they're all very expensive. I don't really want to spend more than about 500 quid on just, you know, an old caravan. But if you know of anything, let me know. That would be grand. I'm enjoying this. I'm sure there was a lot more things I wanted to talk about, but to be honest with you, brain's a bit fuddled. Today's the first day off. We've had a week on the land. Last week we were up in Scotland with Barbara O'Neill. Oh yeah, spoke to Chris about the big leaves, and he said, I can't remember exactly how he put it now, but I've got to remember, put it in a sealed container with some whiskey, and it will absorb, because they need to be rehydrated, those leaves, before I can, you know, do anything with them. So put them in with some whiskey or alcohol, and it will absorb, and I don't know how long it takes, probably a few weeks. It will absorb that, and then you can, you know, it'll be more pliable. It won't be wet, but it won't be as bone dry as it is at the moment. So I don't know whether, I guess we'll crumble it up and put it in a smaller container rather than try and get the whole box in a bottle of whiskey. That might be a bit silly. Sometimes my pipes whistle. Do your pipes whistle? I don't know why they whistle. Is that bad packing? maybe it's only because I'm recording that I'm aware of the noise. Yeah, this is very nice, this plum pudding. It's a very mild smoke. I need to walk out the room and come back in again and see how it's doing. How long have we done? 20 minutes. It's probably about long enough in today's episode. I hope next week to bring you from the land, maybe in the polytunnel, or possibly, if we get it made in time, a workshop. We need a workshop. We need a space, again, out of the rain, out of the cold, with a wood-burning stove, where we can do jobs, you know, inside on a bench. So that's one of the tasks this coming week. Last week was finishing off the pond and hanging a gate. And you'll see, it's not until episode 6 really, episode 1's gone out, but you'll see more of me and the lovely Julia smoking our pipes on the land. And the English Couple is a weekly episode where you can keep up with us. But there's also here where I'll tell you about what we're doing. And as we get more and more on the land, as we're going there more frequently, once we've got places to do things, we'll do it more from in there. But it was raining and windy the last couple of days. But our pond is filling up with water, which is lovely because we need water on the land to water the plants. So that's really what it was for, is it's a kind of a reservoir, but it will be a wildlife attraction as well. So that would be lovely to sit there in the spring, whenever, or on, you know, even in the winter, really, and see what kind of nature comes to it. It's not a big pond, but because there's only the two of us and shovels. We shoveled it all out. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. Sorry, it's a bit weird. I've got a lot to do today, and it will be saying this will be the last thing that was recorded in the studio, which is a bit sad, isn't it? But I need to make space, and there's always a time to move on, and that is the time now to move on. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week, and take care. Enjoy your pipes. Let me know if you've smoked a plum pudding before and what you think of it. Until next time, goodbye.